Hello everyone, myself Lal Abhishek Bahadurpal, final year student BTech Civil Engineering at Faculty of Engineering and Technology, University of Lucknow. I am going to present a seminar on the topic hydroponic farming. Firstly, we will see the contents of this presentation, introduction, history of hydroponics, what is hydroponic system, why we should grow things hydroponically, hydroponics in India, types of hydroponic system, materials used, a nutrient solution, system requirements, advantage, disadvantage, what we can grow using this technique, and the last we will see the conclusion. So first a brief introduction about this system. Actually, hydroponic system is a system of growing crops without soil, so it is also called as soilless farming. In this system, plant roots grow in a liquid nutrient solution. It is a mixture of essential plant nutrients made in water. So, hydroponics became popularized when a scientist named Dr. William F. Jarek of University of California, he did some laboratory experiment and he coined the name hydroponics. So in the photosynthesis equation, we see that carbon dioxide and water is turned into glucose and oxygen. There is no mention of soil anywhere in this, and that's all the proof that plants can be grown without soil. Why we need this type of system? So we see that world population is growing and agriculture industry is starving to develop new techniques to grow food in lesser space and by saving water. India today needs food security, which entails that all people at all time have physical and economic access to safe and nutritious food. This system contributes to water saving to a large extent and have a positive impact on food production and productivity. So it is a pictorial representation of hydroponic system. In this picture, we see that plants' roots are suspended in the pipe system, and liquid nutrient solution is flowing to the pipes, and plant are supplied with the essential nutrients they require to grow and reproduce. So, what are the major types of hydroponic system? It is generally made up of six types: wick system, water system, ebb and flow system, also called as drain and flow system, drip system, recovery or non-recovery, NFT or nutrient film technique, and aeroponic system. So, firstly, we will see about wick system. Wick system is the simplest type of hydroponic system that we can use to grow plants, which means that it can be used by practically anyone. The most benefit of this system is that we are not using electricity for running aerators, pumps, or electricity. So, in this system, nylon wicks are positioned around the plants, and nutrient solution being sent to the plants through these wicks. Next is water culture. It is a highly simplistic type of hydroponic system that places the roots of the plant directly into the nutrient solution. While the wick system places certain materials between the plant and the water culture system bypasses this barrier. The oxygen that the plants need to survive is sent into the water by a diffuser or air stone. When you use this system, keep in mind that the plant should be secured into their proper position with net pots. Next is ebb and flow system, also called as drain and flow system. So in this system, it is very popular system that is mainly used among home gardeners. With this type of system, plants are positioned in a spacious grow bed that's packed with a grow medium like rock wool or perlite. Once the plants are carefully planted, the bed will be flooded with a nutrient-rich solution until the water reaches a couple of inches below the top layer of the grow medium, which ensures that the system doesn't overflow. Now we'll see the drip system. It is an easy to use hydroponic system that can be quickly altered for different type of plants, which makes this a great system for any grower who plans to make regular changes. The nutrient solution that used with a drip system is pumped into a tube that sends the solution straight to the plant base. At the end of each tube is a drip emitter that controls how much solution is placed into the plant. You can adjust the flow to meet the need of each individual plant. Now we will see nutrient film technique. It is a simple design, but it is widely used because of how well it is scales to a variety of different applications. In this system, nutrient solution is sent into the channel. It flows down the slope and over the root of each plant to provide the right amount of nutrient. It is highly recommended that you use net pots with this type of hydroponic system. Next is aeroponic system. Aeroponic systems are easy to use, easy to understand, but somewhat difficult to build. With this type of system, the plant that you wish to grow will be suspended in air. A couple of mist nozzles are positioned below the plants. These nozzles will spray the nutrient solution onto the roots of each plant, which has proven to be a very effective hydroponic system. When the pressure increases in the pump, the solution is sprayed with any excess falling below into the reservoir. So now we will see what are the material used in hydroponic system as a substitute of soil. First is coco coir, which has an excellent air to water ratio with great water retention. Next is rock wool, which is a fibrous material made from melted rock. Its disadvantage is it is non-biodegradable and hazardous to health. So maintaining pH is very important in this system. Next is expanded clay pellets. It is most popular media generally used. It drains very quickly and pH neutral. It can be also reused, but it is a bit heavy. Next is perlite. It is synthetic material and puffed or heated to produce light and porous materials. So in this hydroponic system, nutrient control is very easy. Nitrogen rich and phosphorus and potassium rich growing formula is generally used, and the result is bumper crops of delicious fruit and vegetable every time. There is no restriction of season or climate, all these things, and it is the system is artificially microclimate is controlled. Plant requires 16 essential elements to grow and reproduce. Major are hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and other micro and macro elements which are plants require are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, iron, magnesium, etc. So these all are provided in the plants through a nutrition rich solution. The system required for a hydroponic farming is it should be pH should be appropriately balanced between 5.8 and 6.4. Electrical conductivity should be between 1.2 to 3.5 mho. Horticulture lighting are provided, which are metal halides or high pressure sodium lamps. Temperature must be between 68 to 78 degree Fahrenheit. So we see in the picture that we can effectively grow tomatoes. We can grow tomatoes, capsicum, green leafy vegetables, all those things in a bumper crop we can obtain by using hydroponic system. So now we'll see this system popular in India. So currently hydroponics is in very primitive stage, and it is used mainly in the metropolitan cities, and it is in its introduction phase, but after it may prove to have great success. So in Mumbai, herbivorous farm is such an example. In Delhi, we have Triton Foodworks. Noida has Nature Miracle. Chennai has Sri Ram Gopal Future Farms. And Gurugram based company Barton Breeze has 6 farms across Haryana, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. What are the advantages of hydroponic system? So hydroponic system ensures higher productivity than the traditional farming system, and the plant nutrients are effectively used. There is no wastage. It is a controlled climate system in which crops can grow year round. Water utilization is very high when compared to traditional farming method, up to 80 to 90%. The crops are grown in a closed space, which eliminates the attack of pest and insect. As we see in the past few months, we have attack of locust swarms, which a very large area of agricultural farmlands in India and surrounding neighboring countries. So what are disadvantages? The most foremost disadvantage of this system is high cost of initial investment. Production is management capital and labor intensive. Higher level of expertise is required. Daily attention is necessary, and some waterborne diseases can spread rapidly in recirculation system. So conclusion, progress has been rapid and results obtained in various countries have proved that this technology is thoroughly practical and has very definite advantages over conventional method of crop production. The main advantage of soilless cultivation is much higher crop yields, and people living in crowded city streets without garden, they can also grow fresh vegetables, and barren sterile area can be made productive at relatively low cost. So we can see that it is a very can tend to be a very revolutionary step in agriculture, and it may help us to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 1, which is to eliminate global hunger and poverty in all its forms. So that's all. Thank you. Thanks a lot.